Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Starting to feel a little more normal with our reading now because we're out and about.
Yeah, we found pavements. I'm so happy. We found a high street and everything. I mean, it's not fancy pants, but it's a high street. Pavements. Oh my God, it brought life to me. And there's benches.
There's benches, and we're next to, what was the place called?
St. Mary's Church.
St. Mary's Church. And believe it or not, we're kind of like in downtown Watford, so I don't know, it really reminds me a bit of, don't take offense, kind of the Canterbury type area. But those Canterburyans who might be watching, we know you're thinking, of course it's nowhere near Canterbury. Canterbury is just a classic place, but we're here, not bad. So we're going to read Bhagavatam anyway, we're out and about, and where are we?
Canto 3, Chapter 32, Text 16.
Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Just saying it quietly because someone was walking, you know, don't want to scare them. What, these two weirdos doing it? Alright, text 16. Persons who are too addicted to this material world execute their prescribed duties very nicely, and with great faith they daily perform.
Yeah, it's a little chilly on the bench.
I'll start again. Persons who are too addicted to this material world execute their prescribed duties very nicely and with great faith. They daily perform all my days.
Couldn't have planned that one better.
What time is it?
I got 9 rings.
Oh my days! I hope they don't. Oh my days!
2, 3. Have a moment of silence.
Nice. 9 o'clock here. Alright, persons who are too addicted to this material world execute their prescribed duties.
Which time's you going to read it?
Well, I keep getting interrupted.
Yes, go ahead.
I'll read it again now. Persons who are too addicted to this material world execute their prescribed duties very nicely and with great faith. They daily perform all such prescribed duties with attachment to the fruitive result.
It's kind of a, would you say, sarcastic statement? Because it doesn't mean it. It's saying it in such a way that people who are addicted to the material world, they perform their prescribed duties every day. And is that what is that? Is that tongue-in-cheek sarcasm? What kind of
tongue-in-cheek? Yeah.
It's very cold out here.
We will get through this verse. Purport. In this and the following 6 In this and the following 6 verses, the Srimad Bhagavatam criticizes persons who are too materially attached. It is enjoined in the Vedic scriptures that those who are attached to the enjoyment of material facilities have to sacrifice and undergo certain ritualistic performances. They have to observe certain rules and regulations in their daily lives to be elevated to the heavenly planets. It is stated in this verse that such persons cannot be liberated at any time. Those who worship demigods with the consciousness that each and every demigod is a separate god cannot be elevated to the spiritual world. What to speak of persons who are simply attached to duties for the upliftment of their material condition.
So it's not tongue-in-cheek. Did you get that?
No.
Okay. Do you want me to explain?
Yeah, please.
Well, at least from what I understood there, again, it's this point that Srila Prabhupada is talking about the materially attached from a mode of goodness type of perspective. Good Lord. Like the karma kundis. So they might fly over our heads. No. From like the karma kundis, they perform their ritualistic duties and engagements very religiously, very, regimentedly, in order to achieve a better life in the next life, or elevation to the heavenly planets, like that, So it's not tongue-in-cheek, actually. I thought it was.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. All right, next verse.
Well, hello. Okay. Good Lord. It's one of those days.
It's a bit cold.
Such persons, impelled by the mode of passion, are full of anxieties and always aspire for sense gratification due to uncontrolled senses. They worship the forefathers and are busy day and night improving the economic condition of their family, social, or national life. I guess in one sense, even though it's not tongue-in-cheek, but you could say that people who are also passionate but still kind of, they work hard, they still are trying to improve their situation, and anyway. Okay, that was 17. It doesn't have a purport. 18. Such persons are called trivargika because they are interested in 3 elevating processes. They are averse to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who can give relief to the conditioned soul. They are not interested in the Supreme Personality's pastimes, which are worth hearing because of his transcendental prowess. Purport. According to Vedic thought, there are 4 elevating principles, namely religiosity, economic development, sense gratification, and liberation. Persons who are simply interested in material enjoyment make plans to execute prescribed duties. They are interested in the 3 elevating processes of religious rituals, economic elevation, and sense enjoyment. By developing their economic condition, they can enjoy material life. Materialistic persons are therefore interested in those elevating processes which are called trivargika. Tri means 3, vargika means elevating processes. Such materialistic persons... Morning, sir. Tri means 3, vargika means elevating processes. Such materialistic persons are never attracted by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Rather, they are antagonistic towards him. Trivargika. Economic development, sense gratification, and religiosity. Religiosity, but they're not attracted to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And so it's like I'm really sorry, it's so cold, it's really affected my throat. Kaitava Dharma. The Bhagavatam explains cheating religion, which is religion that's just performed for the sake of being good and getting good, but not for the sake of actually being attracted to or attached to God.
Yeah, it's like what Prabhupada says, that you want the kingdom of God without God. So you want all the fringe benefits that piety or, religious rituals and functions bring. But I'm not surrendering because I want to enjoy.
Good points. Okay.
Next paragraph. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is here described as Hari Meda, or he who can deliver one from the cycle of birth and death. Materialistic persons are never interested in hearing about the marvelous pastimes of the Lord. They think that they are fictions and stories, and that the Supreme Godhead is also a man of material nature. They are not fit for advancing in devotional service or Krishna consciousness. Such materialistic persons are interested in newspaper stories, novels, and imaginary dramas. The factual activities of the Lord, such as Lord Krishna's acting in the battle of Kurukshetra, or the activities of the Pandavas, or the Lord's activities in Vrindavan or Dwarka, are related in the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, which are full of the activities of the Lord. But materialistic persons who engage in elevating their position in the material world are not interested in such activities of the Lord. They may be interested in the activities of a great politician or a great rich man of this world, but they are not interested in the transcendental activities of the Supreme Lord.
Sounds about right, huh?
Yeah. It comes down to not like envy and a lack of, like a resistance to surrender. You don't want to know that there's a big guy in the sky. You know, I don't need to know that I'm accountable. You know, like, there's a right and wrong, because there's no right and wrong, because there's only one life, and I'm going to live it the best way I know I want, know and desire. So, but as Prabhupada says, the jiva's natural state is to serve. We were created in that sense because Krishna wanted association, interaction. That's how I understand how Prabhupada explains it. So, as Prabhupada says in this purport, they're not interested in the activities of the Supreme Lord, but nonetheless, in this material world, we do elevate people, celebrities, philosophers, whatever, to the level of greatness. And a sense of worship and awe, and which is there because there's that innateness in us to do that,
to worship,
right?
To serve, to idolize,
to
praise.
Because Krishna has 6 opulences, so it's like these different personalities, whether it's Einstein's brain or someone who's like the strongest man in the world, whatever, or a beautiful woman, they're exhibiting those qualities, so we are naturally attracted to his opulences. If that makes sense.
Made perfect sense to me. Okay, so we're going to read one more and then finish because it's a little chilly sitting here.
Yeah.
Okay, text 19. Such persons are condemned by the supreme order of the Lord, because they are averse to the nectar of activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They are compared to, get ready for it, stool-eating hogs. Hare Krishna. Let's see, what is the word in the verse that says that? Purisham Eva Vitbujaha.
So you could insult someone in Sanskrit. You're just a Purisham Eva Vitbuja. They're like, what's that?
Purisham Eva Vitbujaha.
Yeah.
Stool-eating hog.
They don't know. They think you're just quoting Sanskrit.
Heavy statement.
There's someone coming.
They give up hearing. They give up hearing the transcendental activities of the Lord and indulge in hearing of the abominable activities of materialistic persons. Purport. Everyone is addicted to hearing of the activities of another person, whether a politician or a rich man or an imaginary character whose activities are created in a novel. Ain't it the truth, Harry Potter? Ki jai. There are so many nonsensical literatures. Yeah, I mean, Superman, Batman, all the Marvel heroes, all of the people. Oh yeah, it's amazing.
Ant-Man.
There are so many nonsensical literature, stories, and books of speculative philosophy. Materialistic persons are very interested in reading such literature. But when they are presented with genuine books of knowledge like Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Vishnu Purana, or other scriptures of the world, such as the Bible and the Quran, they are not interested. So there you go, Prabhupada showing his inclusivity. These persons are condemned by the Supreme Order as much as a hog is condemned. the hog is interested in eating stool. If the hog is offered some nice preparation made of condensed milk or ghee, he won't like it. He would prefer obnoxious, bad-smelling stool, which he finds very relishable. Materialistic persons are considered condemned because they are interested in hellish activities and not in transcendental activities. The message of the Lord's activities is nectar. Is that proper English? And besides that message, any information in which we may be interested is actually hellish. Well, there you go, and there you have it. It's all black and white, mate. Kind of thing. Yeah, the analogy of the stool-eating hog makes a little bit more sense there. You don't have to be so offended. Because the point is that basically just like a certain living entity or being that likes to eat things that are quite not so nice, nasty, when offered something nice, they still have a taste for that which is not nice or not productive or not useful or beneficial. So someone who's just attracted to, I guess you could say, primarily only, those fictional personalities or those rich, famous people, and not really so interested in hearing about Krishna, those persons are compared to living entities that like to relish things that aren't really so tasty, but they find them tasty. That's what I would say. Your thoughts on the matter?
No, I agree.
Well, there you have it.
It's like you can see too how you're advancing because you start to naturally get a desire or interest to say, like, in this case, read the certain books. Not like, especially if you're say in the temple, someone's aspiring for initiation or doing something. It's not that I have to read a certain amount or do something. But you want to. You pick it up because you want to.
Okay, so I think with that we'll end. And please take care. Have a nice day. Read Srimad Bhagavatam and go deeper in your meditation on the Lord and the holy name. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Entourage Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.